When you think of the Ramayana, what comes to mind? Probably epic battles, gods, demons, right? But some of its most powerful moments are actually these quiet, intense conflicts of the heart. Today, we're going to dive into one of those moments, a story about two brothers, a kingdom on the brink, and a crown that, incredibly, nobody seemed to want. So, I want you to picture this. You're in exile, deep in a forest. Life is quiet, simple. Then, one day, you look to the horizon and see this massive cloud of dust. It's an army, a royal army, and it is marching straight for you. Your first thought has to be, are they friends, or are they here to finish the job? For Rama and his brother Lakshmana, their life in the Chitrakoot forest was exactly that, a peaceful retreat from all the palace drama. But this sight just shatters that peace. Lakshmana, who's always the fiery protector, he immediately grabs his bow. He is absolutely convinced this is an attack, a final betrayal from the people who sent them here in the first place. Okay, so that's our opening scene, an army appearing in the forest. Rama is trying to stay calm, but Lakshmana is ready for a fight. The tension is just wow, you can feel it. But who is leading this army, and what could they possibly want? To really understand what's happening, we actually need to hit rewind and go back to the tragedy that kicked this whole thing off. And that brings us to our second section, a kingdom in grief. Because the answer to the mystery in the forest, it isn't in the forest at all. It's miles and miles away, back in the palace of Ayodhya, where a family has just been completely torn apart by greed and sorrow. So here's the backstory in a nutshell. It all starts when Queen Kaikeyi, the mother of Prince Bharata, cooks up this plot to get her own son on the throne. This forces the true heir, Rama, into exile for 14 years. This betrayal literally breaks King Dasharatha's heart. He dies, whispering Rama's name with his very last breath. And it's into this total disaster that Bharata returns home, having no idea what's been going on. Can you even imagine the shock? He comes home expecting, a welcome party, and instead, he finds his father is dead, his favorite brother is exiled, and his own mother is the one behind it all. We're told his world just shattered. He couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, and that grief turned into this white-hot rage at his mother for destroying their entire family over a throne he never ever wanted. This brings us to Section 3, Bharata's noble vow. Because what Bharata does next, this is what shows us who he truly is. He doesn't just sit around and mourn. No, he takes immediate, powerful action to try and fix this horrible wrong. And his response is just instant and total. Right there, in front of the whole court, he just unloads on his mother, disowning her actions. He completely rejects the very crown she did all this for. This is not a man who wants power. This is a man who wants justice for his family. But rejecting the crown, that's just step one. He then makes this huge public promise. He will find Rama and he will bring him home to take his rightful place as king. And get this shows you how beloved he and Rama were. He doesn't go alone. He sets out with thousands of people, citizens, ministers, holy men. The entire kingdom basically gets up and follows him into the forest. It's this massive moving vote of no confidence in Kaikeyi's plan. And that brings us right back to where we started. Section 4, the painful reunion. That dust cloud, that army, all that suspense, it was all leading to this. The two brothers, torn apart by a cruel plot, are about to see each other for the first time since everything fell apart. So as this invading army gets closer, Rama tells a frantic Lakshmana, wait, look again, really look, because the man leading them isn't a conquering king. He's barefoot, he's wearing simple clothes, and his eyes are just overflowing with tears. It's their brother, Bharata, and he runs forward not to fight, but to literally fall at Rama's feet, completely broken. His words are just raw desperation. He's begging Rama to come home, to take the throne, telling him that Ayodhya is lost without its true king. This was the whole point of this massive, exhausting journey, to hand the kingdom back to the only person he believes has the right to rule it. And this sets up a truly impossible choice. On one side, you have Bharata's plea. That's a duty to the living, right? To the people of Ayodhya who need their leader. But on the other side, you have Rama's duty. That's a duty to the dead, to honor their father's promise, no matter how messed up the circumstances were. In a way, they're both right. So this leads us to our final section, Duty before the crown. Faced with this heartbreaking choice, Rama makes a decision. But it's a decision that isn't guided by what he wants or by power. It's guided by a deep, fundamental principle that defines his entire being. Rama gently lifts his weeping brother to his feet and explains his choice through this core idea of dharma. He says that his righteous duty, his dharma, isn't to fight what happened or to get revenge. For him, true dharma is about accepting the path you're on with grace. And above all, keeping your promises. He has to see his exile through to the end. It's his duty. And in that moment, the argument just melts away. It becomes about their shared sorrow. The brothers just hold each other and cry. It's an incredible scene, just completely soaked in love, in duty, and in this immense, heartbreaking sacrifice. Bharata offered a whole kingdom, and Rama turned it down, not out of pride, but because of principle. It's truly one of the most moving parts of the entire epic.
So the story ends with Bharata going back to Ayodhya, but he doesn't rule as king. He rules as a regent in Rama's name for all 14 years. But that encounter in the forest, it leaves us with this question that's so much bigger than just this story. What weighs more, a promise you made to the dead or a duty you have to the living? It's a timeless conflict, and it really makes you think about where our deepest loyalties truly lie.